I am so happy because I have gotten a new deck that was just released, and that is Colette Baron Reid's Dream Weaver Oracle deck. And so far, I absolutely love this card deck. It's so vibrant and it is a lot of fun. And if you check my Instagram and probably my Facebook, I will have like a little short video on this deck so that you can see it in action and see maybe it is one of the decks that you want to add to your collection. It's a lot of fun. It has a little bit of like a different kind of feel to it. So anyways, just gonna have to check it out and see if it's one for you. However, I am so happy to bring you this week's reading with this card deck. So we're just going to hop right into it to Monday's card. So Monday's card is so cute, by the way. You definitely have to look on Facebook when I post the card of the day, or also on Pinterest too. You will see it. It's so cute. And it is All the Willows Know Your Name. And it says the essential meaning is being witnessed and seen by another, being understood, the flexibility of healthy relationships and interdependence. Love this. Okay, on Monday, what I'm really getting from this card too is that it is going to be a day where you are going to have to like work with other people. You might have to talk to other people, and I know it kind of sucks sometimes. Sometimes you just like want to be alone. That's not going to be your day on Monday. You might have more meetings with more people reaching out to you, more people to talk to than you usually do. And I just want to read a little bit more about what the book says, and it says, "It's such a beautiful feeling to know that you are truly seen by another or a whole community. When you are known, accepted, and witnessed by others, you have a wonderful sense of connection and communication. You feel the grounded safety of belonging." And it says, "These are the kinds of relationships present in your life now, and they provide you with plenty of room to grow. This sense of connection arises from a space of transparency, honesty, trust, and radical self acceptance. You naturally invite others to see you as you see yourself in the fullness of your expression. When you shine, it comes from the true desire to share, and that is compelling and attracted to others who can appreciate you." So, what I got from Spirit, what I just channeled about, being with other people, maybe some networking going around on Monday, this is really talking about taking a reflection, a moment too, to see like how you are treating other people and how other people are treating you, and then also to see if you have balanced relationships, or perhaps there might be some relationships that you may want to put a little bit more energy into. So there's definitely a few messages to go along with this card, but it's definitely a card with a message that is really letting you know that it is having to do with someone else other than you, more than one person other than you, perhaps like a team. Maybe you need to like change your doctor, or maybe you need to hire a professional. Maybe you do need to find a healer that can help you out, past life regression, hypnotist, a psychic, and really keep on going on your path, okay? And really make it the best you can be. And it won't be the best by yourself. Okay, so hope you like some of those messages. And how you know if this message is truly for you is if it really like resonates, if it really hits home. If all of a sudden when you hear these words, you're like, "Oh yes, I totally understand," because that is exactly what's going on in my life in this situation. So that is how you know, and we're going to go on to Tuesday's card. And it says, "All is calm upon these shores." Whew, and the essential meaning says, a calm and centered sense of self, radical acceptance, peaceful interactions with others, and releasing attachment. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Love, love, love this card, because on Tuesday, it's really talking about, hey, don't sweat the small stuff. If you're worried about anything and you're wondering if something's going to happen, or is it going to happen soon, when won't this be this way, or what's the outcome going to be, it doesn't matter. Like, you just have to be comfortable in the uncomfortable right now. You have to be comfortable in the unknowing, because It's just time for you to relax and not become attached to the outcome, because sometimes when we're attached to the outcome, we can create blockages and then it won't happen, or sometimes we can't see that there are other ways to go about a situation because we're just so focused. And I want to just read you a little bit too about what this deck says. It says, these are days when you know you've done all you can and surrendered your attachments to outcomes, trusting that things will turn out the way they will. You don't have to prove anything anymore. When you reach this moment, you experience a kind of satisfaction, accomplishment that may not even have anything concrete, any real perceived success connected to it. You just know peace and serenity. This may be fleeting, but it doesn't matter how long you stay at peace. Once you know the feeling, you can always return to it. You probably heard this quote before, but it is a quote that goes along the lines of something like, when you are worried, you're literally worried about an imaginary future that doesn't even exist yet. And I feel the reason why that many of us are worried is because we're pessimists. Because we always see the glass as half empty because of it's our experiences, or maybe it's a coping mechanism. Maybe that's just the way that we were born or raised. We just always do that so that we can be prepared. But what if, even just for today, even just for a moment, even just for one particular situation, you became a pessimist? And instead of thinking like, what will happen if this doesn't happen? And start thinking, what if it does? Like, what if everything works out? And go in to the future thinking about it that way instead of the other way around. Most of you who are listening right now, you are scrappy. You've been through some stuff, okay? You have survived everything. And it's almost like no matter what, even if it doesn't work out the way that you planned, you are strong enough to handle whatever comes your way. So why go into a future with like negative energy of how this isn't going to work out? You know that you have all the tools that you need to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. So why don't you at least try to go into the future, into obstacles, thinking, what if it works out? What if it's all good and dandy? Because then what you're going to do is you're going to save your body a lot of stress, okay? And a lot of wear and tear. You're going to save it a lot of wear and tear. Does that make sense? All right, so hopefully we can let that one marinate a little bit, and we're going to go to Wednesday's card, which, by the way, is a beautiful card. It is, I believe, the cover of the box, and it has this beautiful blue cat on a moon. Oh, it's so beautiful. Such vibrant colors. And it says, if a cat curls around the moon. And its essential meaning is celebrating uniqueness, independence, letting go of codependent relationships, the value of interdependence. Wow. We have heard interdependence so much. I never even heard it before today, and now all of a sudden it's getting thrown everywhere in this deck. And so I just have to read you a little bit of this card, and it says, if a cat curls around the moon, it's a sign to release yourself from enmeshments. Okay, really? Enmeshments? Yeah, enmeshments. Okay, sorry that I butchered that. I've never even heard that word before. So, enmeshments, and claim the freedom and independence to be your own person with healthy boundaries. You've gone along just to get along or engaged in people pleasing. You might be concerned about the consequences of saying no. What would happen if you set a boundary and chose what you really wanted? Don't give your power away to someone else's reactions. It's more important for you to choose what feels right and true to you. Bam, microphone drop. Almost like I'm half inclined just to stop the reading here, because that is the message that I feel that Spirit has been really trying to get through to some of us, okay? We need to stop feeling guilty for other people's emotions, for other people's actions. My husband has this saying, and I hated it at first, but the thing is, it is true. And that is, someone's lack of preparation does not always equal an emergency reaction from me. I kind of butchered it, but basically what he's saying is because somebody else wasn't prepared, why does that create an emergency on my life to where I have to, just do everything I need to do to, get out of work early because of it, or do this and do this and do this and do all those things because the other person decided that they weren't going to be prepared enough. And now, of course, there's going to be situations. Of course, there's going to be emergencies. Of course, you want to be a good friend. But basically, what I learned from that quote is I don't have to be everything to everybody. And sometimes people who are not prepared, or people who always need the help all the time, sometimes they're going to need to get out of their holes themselves. They're going to have to learn to get scrappy, just the way that I did, just the way that you did. They're going to have to learn to buckle up, buttercup. They're the ones that are going to have to find out different ways. Because here's the thing, if we keep on stepping in for other people, then we are borderline playing God. Because we are stopping them from learning and from growing and from doing a whole bunch of things that are part of their life path and their soul purpose. Hopefully that's making sense and not coming across like too mean. So that's one thing. They might have to hit their rock bottom, or they might have to go through their situation without you stepping in to try to take care of it all the time. And I'm going to tell you one more story really quick, because this was really difficult, and I think that maybe you could really resonate with it. And my son was probably, I don't even know, 17 years old, and he was at his friend's house that was about 2 miles away. And he goes ahead and he texts me. He was like, oh man, I don't have a ride. Can you, what do I do? I'm going to have to walk home. And my husband's like, yes, he's going to have to walk home. And I'm like, oh my God, I can just go get him. It's right there. It's real quick. And he was like, no, let him walk home. He needs to be prepared next time. He's the one that didn't think this through. And I'm like, no. I really want to go get him. And it was very difficult for me. But I said, no, Mason, I'm sorry. You're going to have to walk home. Now, of course, we live in a great neighborhood, all those kinds of things. Like, he was going to be safe. He's 17. He's a guy. He can defend himself. He's okay. And so when he started walking home, I looked at my husband and I was like, wow, does this make me a better mother because I did this? And he looked at me and he said, no, it makes him a better person. And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Because I am such a great person, and I know you are too, because we didn't always have things handed to us, because we went through those rough patches, we went through those challenges, and sometimes we didn't have anybody there in our corner, and sometimes that caused us to, get, like I said, scrappy again, to get stronger, to get independent. And we have to make sure that we are making choices that are also going to allow other people to learn and grow almost sometimes the same way as we did. Now, it doesn't have to get as bad as some ways that we had to learn, okay? We don't have to do it that way. But we do have to put some boundaries up. So that is one thing. And the other thing, part of this message, is we also need to say no and stop putting more things on our plate. And I forgot who said this, but it is so true. It's like, if it is not a heck yes, then it is a no. And I've been doing that now with clothes. Like when I clothes or when I buy anything now. If it is not like, yes, I need this, I love this, I won't stop thinking about it. If it doesn't have that kind of energy to it, then I haven't been buying it anymore. It's like life is too short to buy mediocre things just because they're on sale and things like that, okay? We need to create a life with things and even items and material possessions that we love. And then sometimes we need to be like, you know what, I can't help you today. And leave it at that and take your bubble bath or do your self-care and learn to be, you ready? A little more selfish. I know. We're always taught to don't be selfish, but nope. If you're listening to this, I promise you need to be more selfish because you're probably an empath or you're psychic or you're intuitive and things like this, and you need more self-care. So you need to be more selfish with your energy, with your time, with your body. Take care of yourself, because the world needs you to be top-notch. Okay, now we are going on to Thursday's card. Very interesting card. It says, Weavers watch the dragons fly. And there is actually number 41 on this card, and I don't know why, but as soon as I seen this card, I didn't really think of dragons. I actually felt like devil. Okay, and now if you look at the tarot with the devil, that is going to be all about getting rid of your bad habits, releasing things that don't serve you. Those kinds of things is really what the devil brings up. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind, and I'm going to read you what the book says, just a little bit of it. It says essential meaning, being the observer, curiosity, seeing the big picture, not taking anything personally. Wow. So on Thursday, definitely don't take things personally. Don't get any arguments or whatever because you think that so and so thinks this and that. I believe what Spirit is trying to say is that on Thursday specifically, there's going to be like maybe miscommunications. You also might be a little bit more tired or they might be hungry. So it's definitely a day to bite your tongue, not really say much, that you don't need to, because you don't want to make anything worse. And then it says sometimes we get so involved in our feelings about things, we begin to believe we are those emotions. They become part of our identity, part of our story forever. Instead of understanding the transcendence of opinions, we become trapped by our beliefs about our world and our part in it. Those ideas harden and stiffen until they form a tight container around our possibilities. While a container can be a good thing, we can find ourselves trapped in an old story. Wow. And seeing ourselves trapped in an old story, that is where that devil card comes in the tarot. Because it's about getting rid of those stories and those limiting beliefs. Love this, love this, love this. On Thursday, I don't know why, but I definitely feel guided to tell you to come back and look at this card on Tuesday because it might make a little bit more sense as we progress throughout the week. Okay, now we're getting to Friday's card. Ooh, we got a good card for Friday. It does have the number 14, and it says, all the magic everywhere. Bam. I just have to tell you, there is so much good energy coming off of this card. I feel like a togetherness. I feel like a coming together. I feel like happiness. I feel like a lot of astrology too going on with the stars. And so this might be a good time to, going ahead and looking up your zodiac or maybe looking up your horoscope, having some fun there. I also feel some wealth coming in as well. So this could actually be, I don't know, income taxes is coming up. Also, angel wings too. So the angels are around the situation on Friday. Don't forget to ask them for help. Don't forget even the little things. I have to tell you literally one story because it's so funny. I say little things. I was doing 75 hard and I was walking outside and it was so cold and I was bundled up and this part of my back started itching like really, really bad. And I'm like, oh my God, in order to itch that part of my back, like it's not even going to happen. And I'm like, I'm going to just have to like basically disrobe a zillion freaking layers out here right now, just be able to itch this part of my back. And then I'm going to have to get ready again. It's going to be like a whole 20-minute ordeal just outside while standing there because I was walking. I was like a mile away from home or something. And so what I ended up doing was angels, 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 please. Please make that itch go away. Like, I cannot stand it. Can you just please help me out? No joke. It was literally like it's a couple minutes, not even a couple minutes later. I want to say less than 1 minute later, and the itch went away. So we can ask them for all those little things. If you're trying to make dinner, your leg is hurting you, or you are having to sit for a doctor's appointment. Some things, it just seems like it's contractual and they can't get us out of it. But if there are little things that they can do to make our day just a little bit better, they're more than happy to help. Okay, and so this card says abundance, prosperous potential, being responsible. And this is the law of abundance is operating in your life now. You're in a time of great potential and possibilities. It's as if everything you've been working for, wished for, and hoped for has brought you to this moment. Synchronicities are everywhere if you're open and pay attention. Oh, I got to keep on reading this because I love this word so far. And it says, this is your time to fully immerse yourself in the beauty of your life while trusting that all of your needs will be met. Magical energy works through you for the highest good of all. What is most important now is for you to have clarity on what you generally want to manifest and experience in your life. Be sure you're willing to take responsibility for this and go the distance to care for your co-creation. What do you need to believe for you to receive all the riches you deserve? Can you take a moment to define what abundance means to you? Is it financial prosperity, love, good health, or creative achievement? Be careful what you fish for, because now is a time for your dreams to come true. All the magic everywhere is yours to experience. Bam, another microphone drop. That's 2 microphone drops in one reading. That's actually pretty darn good. And I honestly just want to leave you with that. All right? Be careful what you wish for, because now is the time for your dreams to come true. Sit in those words. How does that feel? Because then it says, all the magic everywhere is yours to experience. Ooh, got chills. Hope you love this energy that you're in right now. I can totally feel it. Marinate on your dreams, what you love, what you would want to see happen in your life. So think about that. And guess what? I will see you on Wednesday.